So there's a lot of things that I would love to, do with you. But I can also tell you that I'm already doing this. I'm already living the life that I'm talking about with you. How am I doing that? Yeah, just sitting behind a microphone and, discharging all of this information and, just having a heart-to-heart talk with you. That is something for me. And yes, that is what, my lifelong dream has always been. And here it is, right? So I wouldn't be like Simi speaking to Ladipo right there in that song saying, I don't really know you that well. No, I know you because you are family. 3 minutes gone past the hour of 7 on the AM side. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. It's a Tuesday morning, and for a brand new month. Oh yeah, I cannot stop talking about November. Martin is here. Hamartan. A lot of people be boiling water this time and just, taking baths and everything. And I should also advise that, hey, as much as you can, as if you've crossed the age of 30, please use warm water to bathe, okay? It's important for your health, right? I don't want to go deep into that, yeah, but I just know I read something right there and I think it's very useful. Use warm water to bathe. It's important. Enough of the cold water bathing and bathing and all of that. Please don't do that, okay? For your own health and all of that. But yeah, talking about safeguarding the day. How are we going to safeguard this day, being the 5th of November of 2024, if I don't welcome you and greet you in the way that I know how to, right? So let me start off by saying I miss Sierra in my dialect, that is. Inakwana sa Yoruba would be Karo Igbo, or Igbo would be Otutuama. And yes, in Igala, Olodudu, in Bagi, Agife, and in the language that you and I totally understand, is Utwak Daniel. And yes, it's another time to have that breakfast show where we get to start your day the right way every other day of the week, right? Now, talking about the breakfast show, a couple of segments follow through. Yeah, this one, of course, that we are at now would be the pages, or if you like, you want to call it the newspaper reviewer. Will bring you up to date with what's going on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And yes, at exactly 8 o'clock will be time for Vicky Vic, the sports minister on radio, to find this place right here, sitting beside the same place, or behind the MIC, the same place, the same position that I'm sitting right now, and take you on a tour around the world of sports. And I'll be right back 9 o'clock as we'll go engaging heart to heart. How many of y'all know that the one of the is it a 2023 now, if I'm not mistaken? One of the presidential or vice presidential candidates at the time for the PDP, Okoa. Yeah, he was arrested. He's being quizzed right now by the EFCC. And some monies that they say allegedly, when we hear allegedly, well, that's what we're going to be talking about at 9 a.m. this morning. So you best want to keep your fingers crossed right there. But there are certain things that I need you to get to know just before letting you in on these things. November 5, being today, is commemorated, is marked as the World Tsunami Awareness Day, right? And of course, the theme would be lessons from the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami for the next generation, if I'm not mistaken about that theme right there. Well, on December 26, 2004, I beg your pardon, an earthquake in the Indian Ocean caused a devastating tsunami that tragically claimed the lives of around 230,000 people. It affected about 14 countries as well. So the event marked the first major global disaster of the 21st century and also remains one of the deadliest in recent history. Oh, come on. That is something right there, right? Well, the year's World Tsunami Awareness Day, theme also aligns with the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. Did you know that? And the Summit of the Future. And it focuses on youth and future generations. That's just what it is. Now, the activities planned for the observance, aims to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the Indian Ocean tsunami by passing on its lessons to a new generation of children and youth. All right. Now that you know that, you should also also know, bringing it back, to the Nigerian soil right now, that all the miners, I was going to have this conversation today, though, but there's a new development, in this regard, however. But all the miners detained in connection with the August 1 cost of living protest are to be released on the order of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris announced this only yesterday. I think a bell should get in there. And you see, the point is the president can step into any kind of situation and bring some calmness, bring some peace to it. President, I think you should be doing more of this now, especially when you point your searchlight or beam your light on the hardship, the economy, and see to it that these things are done. If a pronouncement from you can stir up all of this, what else do we need more than the president's pronouncement? But anyways, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday also swore in 7 newly appointed ministers at the council chambers in Abuja. Some talk right there, and big questions, big talks. Those ministers that have been reorganized, rescheduled, and all of that, hope that they've been put in the right spot at this point in time to actually take on their duties and responsibilities. Hope they would not also say that when I got into that office and all of that, it was a new thing. The person who was there before, I don't know how he managed this, managed that, and before you know it, a lot of talk, will start flying here, left, right, and center. And of course, getting information, the real information, becomes a hard rock to crack, and it makes it really, really tough. But then I just want to keep my hope alive right there, and I'm sure you two are doing the same. And for the new ministers, I'm thinking, all eyes will be on you right now. So it's time for you to prove your mettle and let us into why you were chosen. Okay, so operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have arrested a former governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa. He was arrested for allegedly diverting 1.3 trillion naira belonging to the state government. Wow. That's a lot of money. Well, the federal government on Monday announced the removal of universities and other state-owned tertiary institutions from the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, that is the IPPIS. I'll give a bell to that one because the tussle has been ongoing for a long time, where universities, tertiary institutions have said, remove us. Or like one of my brothers will say, remove us from the IPPIS, excuse you, please, and give us something that is worth it. So something that reflects our efforts, something that reflects our place, our importance, our relevance in the society, so that we can also smile. Well, this was made known by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, OAGF. Okay, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu again yesterday said the debt servicing to revenue ratio has further dropped to 65%. Well, he spoke during the inauguration of 7 new ministers into the Federal Executive Council, FEC. Now, the new figure is an improvement on the 68% given by the president in his October 1 Independence Day broadcast to the nation. Okay, what difference is that going to make now? Let's see how it goes now. Now, the Accountant General of the Federation, AGF, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Madin, has said the government did not give a directive to workers to change their salary accounts. Now, the AGF was reacting to a news report that workers had been directed to change a particular financial institution registered on the Integrated Personnel and the Payroll Information System, IPPIS platform, as their salary accounts. Okay. Well, the federal government has terminated the contract of the rehabilitation of the Abuja-Kaduna Zaria-Kano dual carriageway, Section 1, Abuja-Kaduna, from Julius Berger, a construction company. Now, a statement by the Director of Press, Federal Ministry of Works, Mohammed Ahmed, said the decision followed the failure of the management of Berger to show up for a meeting to fine-tune the contract worth 740 billion naira, which the company rejected. They don't want a fine-tuning. So because they don't want a fine-tuning, kick them out. Kick them out. That's what happened, right? You didn't show up for the meeting? Kick them out. I wish that this kind of action will be replicated in every other aspect of our economy or Nigerian life. I mean, when I say that, I'm not just talking about government agencies or private organizations. I'm talking about your decision, your decision making, your relationship with friends, your relationship with family, especially when it has to do with building developments, building the capacity and all of that. Can you really stand out and do that and say, look, you didn't show up? You have breached our contract, our agreement. You did not even show up. You don't regard me. You don't respect me. You don't think that we can work things out. Okay. Use the exit. But Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has stated that there is no going back on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reforms in the forex, as well as the oil and gas sector. Edun made the disclosure when he received the newly assigned Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka Anite, at the ministry's headquarters on Monday. Okay, but operatives of the Bauchi State Police Command have neutralized 6 suspected kidnappers in some villages and in Bura Mountain area. Now, all of them situated within the Ningi local government area of the state. Now, the Commissioner of Police, Awal Musa Mohammed, disclosed this when he paraded the suspects. All right, that is something. Neutralized. I like it. Don't you? Well done, NPF. Well, finally, I should also let you in on the fact that the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, that's quite a number of names right there, right? Says the Dangote Petroleum Refinery is inconsiderate for selling petrol at 990 naira to a liter, stressing that the company enjoyed massive concessions while accessing foreign exchange during its construction. Now, Petroan also insisted that imported petrol was cheaper than the 990 naira to a liter price of Dangote petrol. Recall that, was it yesterday we saw on the front page of Nigerian newspapers where Dangote had come out, Dangote Refinery has said, us selling a 990 naira to a liter is the cheapest. So we are the cheapest, but Petroan, meaning the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, insisted that imported petrol was cheaper than the 990 naira to a liter price of Dangote petrol. Well, major marketers recently revealed that the landing cost of imported petrol as of October 31 of 2024 was 978 naira to a liter. Okay, let's now jump into the front pages already and bring to you what's going on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. Might I also, put it to you that, look, hey, we've got an array of numbers that you should indeed save into your gadgets at this point in time so that you don't get lost, whereas you want to add your voice, but you don't have the means to. So let me hand down the numbers. Save them already now. 0907 353 0044. Giving it to you again. 0907 353 0044. And the other number 0908 766 8888, right? 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number, where it is basically for your WhatsApp message as well as text message and voice notes, would be 0909 705 4450. 0909 705 4450. The voice note should not be more than 1 minute 30 seconds, or at best, at most, 1 minute 35 seconds. If it goes beyond that, I'll cut you off. All right. And for the voice calls, I would plead the pleasantries and all of that, let's reduce it and just go straight to the point, because at exactly 2 minutes, don't feel bad when I cut you off, because every other family member, would also want to add your voice to it. So you too got to be considerate, right? So jumping into the front pages now, I'm starting with the Daily Trust newspaper for today now. Let's go see the big story. Detention is the screaming headline on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. Detention. Falana seeks compensation as Tinubu directs release of minors. If you also recall, as that yesterday on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, we saw those who are like the parents of or the guardian for these minors crying out to the president, "Oh, president! Oh, president! Oh, president! These are children! Release our children!" In fact, some even said that they thought that their children were dead and gone. Well, good thing the president has finally hearkened to their cries. But finally seeking compensation, saying beyond the release, right? Give compensation. Now, he's got a couple of writers to it now. President orders investigation, prosecution of officers behind action. Second writer, arrests inhuman, right? Bauchi governor saying that AGF to take over, discontinue case today. All right, that's something right there. I'm gonna ring a bell to that one. I mean, the president showed up and showed forth, and here we are seeing the changes. Page 4, carrying the story. Okay, let's take you something outside, the shores of Nigeria and talk a little bit of politics right there. Harris, Trump, in neck and neck as Americans elect new president today. I saw, a post that says, it seems as though Kamala Harris is the favored one to win this election, but you never know how the tide turns, right? Just like the game of football, you just never know. You just never can say until the referee blows the final whistle. That's the only time you know who it is that has come out victorious. But, well, we'll be looking into following through with that, and I suggest you follow through with that too, as this one can be found on page 9 or page 3, I beg your pardon, of the Daily Trust newspaper right there. And for the sport lovers now, Olympics of Philly awarded $5,000 compensation. Officials face sanctions, and that one you find on page 34. I've got sharp eyes. And this one right here, ex-Delta Governor Okowa in EFCC custody over diversion. Alleged. Diversion of 1.3 trillion naira, right? And you'd see that one again on page 3, looking so popular now. And just above the big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, but underneath or below the Daily Trust newspaper banner, you would find this one: stop castigating leaders, allow God deal with them. Sultan is saying that. Don't do that. You might just be sinning. You might just be pointing accusing fingers for nothing. Let God be the judge, castigator. Let him be the one who to castigate. That's what Sultan is saying right there. You find that one on page 7. And away from page 7 to page 6, following each other back to back, federal government revokes Abuja-Kaduna highway contract, right? And that should be with Julius Berger, construction company right there. All right, y'all failed to show up for a meeting that's very crucial, very critical, to the furtherance of our engagement. And you don't want to rework, and have us, re-engineer the 740, is it billion now? Naira, monies. Okay, well, since you don't want that, you don't want peace, so walk away. They revoked it. But let's go to page 4. Page 6 again, I beg you. Oh no, page 4. My sharp eyes is still there. No going back on Forex subsidy reforms. Finance Minister Wale Edun is saying that. And let's get on to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, you would see this one. It says, alleged diversion of 1.3 trillion naira. EFCC arrests Okowa, right? And you should find that on page 7. Page 17, yes. To page 16, back to back, -1 if you like. APC now afraid of Nigerians, or your PDP is saying that. All right, PDP labels APC party of vampires. That's a bit harsh. I don't know. You know what a vampire is? The blood sucking? Okay, come on, I don't want to think about it. But hashtag against bad governance. Hashtag end bad governance is the big story written in red right there on the front page of Nigerian Tribune newspaper, screaming out loudly. Security agencies involved in minors' arrest. Prosecution to face probe. All right, page 3 is carrying the stories. Got 2 writers as Tinubu directs release of young detainees and asks humanitarian ministry to take charge of their welfare. But Falana is saying, no, don't just stop there. Don't just do the welfaring thing or welfarism thingy. Do well to compensate adequately. Appeal court acquits CJN on again a false asset declaration conviction. I saw the story and I'm sure you laughed as I just laughed, or probably chuckled like, oh, come on. After how many years? Oh, Lamar, come on now. Well, it's got just one writer to it now. Orders federal government to unfreeze his bank account. Page 4. And there is a tick. There's a tick to the story. They have agreed. The federal government has agreed with him to settle out of court. Let's just settle, please let bygones be bygones. Don't worry, we aren't freezing your bank accounts right now. Don't worry, we are all good now. We're fine, all right? No hard feelings, right? Maybe a pat on the back, maybe 2 pats on the back, pat, pat. Don't worry, my brother, we're good. We're still together. Well, that's what, the story is all about. You want to go check it. Page 4 is carrying that one. To another Page 4 now. It's very looking popular. Auxiliary appears in court amid tight security. Judge transfers case file to CJ for reassignment. All right, Page 4 is carrying that one now to the base. NAF conducts airstrikes to support power restoration in Northwest. Kills several terrorists. All right, Page 26 is carrying the story now. Let's get on to this one. And this one is going to be the last one that I'll be taking with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, but something outside the shores of Nigeria, that is Trump-Harris campaigns push for record voter turnout in battleground states. Oh, I see. Page 5 is carrying the story. One writer follows through, and that would be hope to secure victory in tight race. Hope to secure victory in tight race. And with that one, we say bye-bye to Nigerian Tribune and bring you the Guardian newspaper. The big story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper now. World leaders, nations anxious as U.S. decides Harris-Trump's fate today. Amazing. Page 6 carries that story right now. And some already saying that, in fact, I saw somewhere, Nigeria says we are really monitoring what's going on, with the elections out there in the United States of America, which, of course, is widely acclaimed the world power, right? Even though there are other world powers, they are jogging up, trying to, take down or take off the United States of America from that position of world power. But yeah, it's quite a deciding moment, quite an epic moment, if you like, an epoch, and all of that. Well, let's go to this one and bring you back home now to Page 3. Tinubu tells ministers to be focused as Edun backs Forex subsidy reforms. And to Page 6 now, following back-to-back, hashtag and bad governance, legal news tightens on Borno miners despite Tinubu's reprieve. Okay. And to Page 3 again. Oh, it's looking popular. EFCC detains Delta ex-governor Okoa for alleged 1.3 trillion naira fraud. Okay. To this one, Page 8, it says, our investment in creative art, culture sectors transformed Edo. Who is saying that? You want to go find out? Go to Page 8 right there and you would find out. This one says, average truck driver loses 200,000 naira daily to gridlock. Inefficiencies at Apapa Port. All right, Page 7 is carrying the story. To Page 5 now. Oyo PDP flays APC's reaction to Makinde supports governor. All right, that will be all with, not all. This one almost eluded me. Reps probe NNPCL as protesters lament fuel crisis. Page 5 is carrying the story. And on that Page 5 note, we jump to the Punch newspaper. It's going to be a very quick read, so you might as well want to listen keenly, right? But just to also let you in case you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we give you an audio, visual, radio experience that you can count on. Go across social media platforms, precisely, specifically YouTube channel at Eagles FM Abuja, and see for yourself the ambience in the studio. And do the same for Facebook as well at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to give us a like a comment, a following, and a share, right? It will make us smile so good. Banana smile, very right one. Yeah. And then, of course, you can show that love, spread the love to at Eagles FM Abuja, right? On Facebook, on Twitter, on that's X, on TikTok, on Instagram, and tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to follow, right? The Punch newspaper, the big story, hungry miners. Tinubu orders probe as federal government backs down. All right. Page 2 is carrying the story now. It's got one writer. Miners' arraignment dent on Tinubu's government, says opposition. CSOs demand compensation for detained protesters. And to page 19 now, Tinubu asks new ministers to stay resilient amid criticism and abuse. Okay. And at the base, page 12 precisely, stock markets rise as Trump-Harris battle for U.S. presidency. And to page 5, still at the base, cleric bags life jail for raping minor inside mosque. Okay. And to this one right here now, page 3. Oyo PDP defends Makinde, says APC scared of Nigerians. All right. And just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner now, Ayedatiwa says government won't sack workers. Right. That would be based on Ondo governorship poll, right? Ayedatiwa says government won't sack workers. Page 3 carries that one to another page 3 now. Looking popular. We won't repeat adult mistakes. INEC is saying that. Alrighty. Just at the very top, the apogee, the peak, the height, the zenith, the, the above. Imported petrol cheaper than Dangote's 990 naira to a liter, price. Marketers are saying that when page 21 is carrying it to page 14 now. UK to raise tuition for varsities in 2025. Talk about that. If we don't fix our education sector, well, I wonder where y'all will want to be jumping and running to, except y'all are living on stolen funds, stolen monies, which of course we don't really have a name for, like an exact name, calling it stealing. We rather call it misappropriation, we rather call it looting, we call it money laundering and all of that. That's why it makes cases so hard to, prosecute these days. But let's go to this one now, page 19. EFCC arrests ex-Delta Governor Okowa over alleged 1.3 trillion naira fraud. Remember, it is still alleged. Okay, right, so let's jump into it. Let's get to hear from you as we say bye-bye to the front pages, but of course, saying welcome to your calls, your thoughts, your, reaction. I always say it, right? Put out your reaction right there. Let me know your temperature on, which of these posts heralds, to you, beckons to you, jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, begs for your reaction. But as you do that, please be civil, be responsible, because you are not just any other family member. You are a member of Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, right? And we are very, we maintain courtesy, and we also act in the most civil and responsible way. Very mature people we are. But let's go take this one. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, please.
I greet you. This always tenant.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, Okwi is my name.
All right, Okwi. Thank you for that. Well, let's go see your calls coming through. 0907 353 0044 would be the number for you to call. And the other number would be 0908 766 8888, right? And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. Okay, that's a mess. All right, just to also let you in on the fact that, the operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, right? They arrested the former governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, and the former governor was arrested over accusations of misusing funds. Now, men of the anti-graft agency arrested, the former governor over alleged diversion of 1.3 trillion naira. Trillion, reading in trillions. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning,
Yes, good morning
UD.
to you, my brother. Is this Abubakar?
My name is Abdul calling
Okay,
from
Abdul.
Suleja, Niger State.
Abdul, welcome aboard. Talk to me.
You see, UD, whenever you talk about this Dangote refinery, you know, I said it before that I'm one of the people that are praying that Dangote refinery should start working.
Right.
How can we believe that Dangote refinery is working, producing petrol, and is selling it at the rate of 990 naira to marketers? And now even the marketers are saying that to import the fuel is even cheaper than to buy in Nigeria. So what is the need of having the refinery in Nigeria? When this Dangote refinery was coming up, to me personally, I was thinking maybe fuel will not be more than 500 naira in Nigeria. Because, Mr. Yuji, if you look into it, when fuel is cheaper, everything in the market will be cheaper. Everything in the market will be cheaper. But once the fuel rise, you see everything will be costly. Please, UD, I'm using this forum to talk to Mr. President that Nigeria are suffering. People are hungry. Look at people on the street begging for money. You see, UD. Anyway, I thank him for saying that they should release the minors that are they detained in the prison. We thank him for that. It's a good one.
Right.
But we should still look into this petrol issue. That is our major problem in this country.
Okay.
And it's affecting everybody. Everybody. Anyway, it may not affect them. They are using government money. But what of we, the common people? How are we going to do?
Abdul.
UD.
Yeah.
God bless Igbo FM.
God bless you.
God
too,
bless
Abdul.
Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, Abdul, right there, giving us 2 cents, taking yet another call. Well, let's just go see how we can pay some bills. We'll be right back in a short bit. Keep it locked and don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Wow, this feature phone is so good.
Which phone is that?
It is the itel IT5627. It comes with a 2500 mAh battery, which gives you 55 hours of standby use. Type-C charger, triple SIM slot, 3.0-inch screen, plus the 24 months warranty of worry-free use.
Huh? 24 months warranty?
Yes, go and get yours. itel IT5627. New itel, new experience.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hello, everyone. This is a special invitation to tune in to Eagles 102.3 FM for the Safe Spare Connect program with Town Planner Ibrahim MT, the safety doctor. If you are looking for more information and guidance on the morality of life, health, safety, security, and the environment, then this is the show for you. Join us every Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. for an hour of insightful discussions, expert interviews, and engaging segments that will keep you informed and safe. Don't miss out. Mark your calendars and make sure to tune in to Eagles 102.3 FM. Stay safe, stay informed, and connect with Safe Spare Connect.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
Exactly 36 minutes gone past the hour of 7 on the AM side. And yes, it's a Tuesday, November the 5th of 2024. It is. And we're still talking the pages. The front page of Nigerian newspapers is what we're examining at this point in time. And yes, you are also giving me your 2 cents to what you think. Hello and good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Daniel.
Good morning to you, my brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Anthony from Suleja.
Oh, Comrade Anthony, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Odwa.
Yes, please.
Is it not laughable? Imported petrol is cheaper than locally refined petrol. You know, this kind of things, one begins to wonder what is the arithmetic in this kind of pricing of petrol locally. I am not too happy with Dangote refinery. It was the same Dangote refinery that Nigerians were angry with the NTCL for them refusing crude. And this same Dangote refinery, who is now in operation, is now selling it in a high. I don't really get it. This shows that we are not really getting anything. It's just that the sufferings keep going on. There is nobody that wants to stand up, that wants to say, okay, let me see how I can help out. Dangote that we were even expecting to show us love. It's not even supporting, it's not even joining the prison to cause total hardship to us. We are not really happy with it.
Right.
I want to appeal to him to see how he can further reduce the price of petrol from his own refinery so that things can go down a little bit. That is my take this morning.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Comrade Anthony, for that one. When will we know? We want to know what's going on and all of that. Get that. Hello and good morning. All right, that's a miss, though. All right, let's just, change our course just for a little bit so that everybody is carried along. Get onto the WhatsApp portal now. Yeah? Okay, well, we'll just, let's just get on this right now and see what was going on with the WhatsApp portal number and see your messages so that everybody is carried along. All right, okay, so. All right, we're there, and we are squared. Right, okay, I see a couple of messages right here. Let's start with this one right here and right now. First of all, I need to celebrate Ozor Francis Namani from Amagunze in Enugu State. Right, thank you. You are connecting all the way from Enugu State and you're having a conversation with us. Thank you, far too kind. Right, it says, good morning, my erudite analyst in the studio. Okay, good morning to you too, my brother. Let Mr. President engage think tanks, professionals and economic experts to marshal out the blueprints towards addressing numerous challenges and economic hardship facing the country. Honestly, the average Nigerians are really suffering, he says. And he also continued on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, on the front page, there's on our Facebook page wall, and said, well, Nigerians as an oil-producing nation shouldn't be importing fuel. For goodness sake, let Mr. President do the needful to change this narrative. Honestly, Nigeria is richly endowed, but our leaders are not really living up to expectation, right? And may God help us all right there. All right, may God help us. Also, I tell you the truth, that's what we need. But still with the WhatsApp portal now, remember you can as well get onto the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. Give us a like just to let us know that you came, you saw, and you are soaring with us. All right, away from him now, let's get to this one. Good morning, Sir UD. Good morning to you. Concerning the miners' arrest, right? It says, Northern governors should all be ashamed of themselves. Okay. Can the parents of any region beside the North allow their children to be used as human shield for political protests? Allowing these children to participate in protests shows the level of non-literate population, so let the governor of the North declare free education to the education disadvantaged children so these children and others like them roaming the streets can go back to school. This is not a Tinubu affair, but absence of good governance in the North is responsible for the high numbers of out-of-school children in the North. Let the government do something. All right, I see that. Thanks, he's saying. Abbas is reporting all the way from Dusay there. All right, I see you too. A wonderful good morning to you, my brother Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you too, my brother Samuel. I want to believe, yes, that is you from Kuje, I guess. Yes, you're saying, so EFCC can arrest the former governor. See how they quickly arrested and detained Okoa, the former governor of Delta State. But they are still dragging their feet and arresting Yahya Bello, the former governor of Kogi State. What a country. Not just to release the minors. They should be taken to hospital for proper medical treatment and attention to ascertain their state of health. I hope Nigerian politicians are watching the American election, and I hope they will learn from what they are doing. May God make it easy for us in this country. In Jesus' name you say, amen. May God bless your day too, my brother. All right, and Okay, I see you. This one says that Sanusi texting from Suleja. Good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning to you too. Mr. President has done well on the issue of minors' release. I want to also congratulate our own Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, the new Honorable Minister of Industries, Trade and Investments. We pray for a successful tenure for her and the rest of the ministers sworn in yesterday by Mr. President. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless, us indeed. Sanusi, thank you. Seeing this one now, it sees me too. Good morning, UD. Okay, this is James. James from Suleja says, it was clear for any sane mind to see that the whole assets declaration narrative on Onogen was just used to force him out of office and bring in a puppet replacement. The whole court proceedings was just a distraction to keep him busy and away. It is really a shame the length and depth the ruling party have gone to manipulate and subvert justice while forcefully having their way. Will an apology be issued? Will he be allowed to serve out his missed tenure? Tinubu orders probe of the miners' case on what exactly, how, and why were arrested? Anyways, I've chosen to really remain indifferent on the issue of the miners. They are the same people who come in handy when it's time for elections. EFCC have been able to arrest Okoa over corruption allegations. And I ask again, what's the update on its well-publicized arrest warrant on Yahaya Bello? Some question there, James. Lastly, Dangote finally announces his petrol price. The question is, why was it a secret all along? Let me repeat, Dangote and the NNPCL are cohorts, and Nigerians are their collateral damage. Are we surprised? It is cheaper to import petrol than to buy from Dangote. It is exactly the same thing with cement, sugar, and others, and that's why a ban was placed on them. Dangote have always functioned and enjoyed monopolistic markets enabled by his government bodies. Okay. Release minor is a bomb. The president is on point. He must refuse to be misled by bad associates, right? Well, you didn't quite give me where it is that you are messaging from. You might as well want to, add, where you're messaging from. I'm talking to you, Jacob John, right? It says the ordinary president can... I didn't quite get that one, not very clear. But anyways, where are you messaging from, Jacob John? Please let us know. And I see this message right here. Good morning, UD. Good morning to you too. It is heartwarming that the Court of Appeal has reversed the unjust conviction of Honorable Justice Onogen, the former CJN. He was a very brilliant judge who rose through the rank to become the head of judiciary in Nigeria, but the fascist regime at the time perceived him as enemy and rubbished him. He was unjustly convicted and removed from the office as the CJN and stripped of all other offices he occupied and froze his bank accounts. For a fascist government is an authoritarian regime characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, forcible suppression of perceived opposition, and that was what that government exhibited at the time. The government of the day should be careful not to follow the trajectory in continuation of where Buhari stopped, because justice of God will eventually come one day. I conclude by praising the justices of the courts of the appeal for upholding the rule of law by restoring the dignity, honor, and integrity of Honorable Justice Walter Samuel Nkano Onogen. Do you know him personally, Yusuf? Have a nice day, you say. Well, Yusuf all the way from Wuse too. Thank you, Yusuf, for that. Wow, quite a number of messages now. Are we going to be able to take on all of them? Right? Well, let's just see how we take one call. And this time, this call is going to be really monitored in terms of time allotted. Hello. Okay, that's a miss. Going to the other. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Thank you. I'm Usman from Kaduna.
Osman, straight to the point. 1 minute is what you have. Let's go.
This issue of talking of minors in the north is not the problem of the governor, like some people will say. It's the problem of the governor. No, it's not the problem of education here. No. If my child did not go to a Western education, I don't have the right to train my child. Because he is not educated, I will not train my child. I will not tell my child not to do the wrong, to do the good thing. I will allow my child to go and do the wrong thing because he's not educated. There are many uneducated people out there. You understand? But they have their own rules. They have their own training. So it's left to the individual or the father, to the parents. So forget about telling governors that they are responsible for those things. It's absolutely not the case. Then issue of this releasing them now. I think the Mr. President has vowed to pressure. It's uncalled for him to release these boys. These boys stab people and collect people's motorcycles. These boys stab people and collect people's phones. Are they minors? We went out for protest. But I with my own, I am an eyewitness. I saw all these things happening. These small children, they have knives, having people, collecting phones, collecting motorcycles. Then they arrested them now that they said they should release them. It's just unfortunate. It's just a shame to the governor. To the Nigerian government.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Actually.
All right, thank you. Appreciate. Right, says it's a shame. Shame. That's what he says. All right, but let's see what Comrade Olabasi of Buhari is saying right now. It says, good morning, Obon Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you, my brother. If the country's judiciary like a demented hand has been bought over by politicians to rubbish its very own in the person of former Chief Justice of the Federation, Walter Onogen, then ordinary Nigerians are just like shafts in our law courts when it comes to the dispensation of justice. If a prominent jurist like Onogen can be maltreated, cheated, and shamed in that manner by his constituency, then the masses are in for big trouble in Nigerian courts. May God Almighty save us from ourselves. Amen, he says. Comrade Olabasi. Seriously, that thought of line has lingered in my mind ever since I saw, especially the part that says the federal government has settled out of court. Don't worry, we'll reward you. Don't worry about it. But anyways, he's not making a statement. Okay, so maybe he's okay with it. But let's go see what Yunus Danton Ibrahim, all the way from Abaji, is saying. Good morning, gentle UD. Good morning to you, to my brother. Falana's decision for federal government to compensate protesters is a very good one, because it is unethical to arrest protesters in relation to the views of democracy and hardship inflicted on Nigerians. I applaud Falanas for his realistic comment. In addition, Sultans declared that leaders should not be castigated, that they should be left to God for judgment. We should also remember that in a democracy dispensation, leaders must be positively castigated in order for them to realize their mistakes and take correction. And that is what made up democracy. Well, regards to Dangote Refinery, it should understand that the development of its country is an achievement for all. At this juncture, I advise that he should not partake in any of the act of shenanigans in times of his products. All right, Yunusa Danton Ibrahim, right there. Okay, let's see. I see this one now. What is actually the color Dangote's? What's actually the color of Dangote's problem? You're asking. His products that's supposed to bring relief to Nigerians now higher than imported ones, and he's crying. He just wants to monopolize the system and suck us dry. Chinonso from Suleja is saying that one, right? But I should also very quickly, put some light, into some conversations right there. The conversation surrounding the aftermath of the #EndBadGovernance protest. Yes, I'm talking about the miners, the conversations that came aboard as a result of the #EndBadGovernance, protest in Nigeria have taken a disturbing, turn. With the arrest and trial of miners recently, 76 protesters, including 32 children, were arraigned on a 10-count charge bordering on treason and intent to destabilize Nigeria. Now, this has sparked widespread outrage, with many calling for their immediate and unconditional release from detention, right? But we saw also where Governors Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, along with the Arewa Consultators Forum ACF, demanding the release of the miners. Governor Yusuf has instructed the State Attorney General to take steps to secure their release, while Governor Mohammed expressed concerns over the visible devastation, hunger, and malnourishment of the children. Y'all need to have seen, their ribs showing. As at yesterday that I saw it was appalling. And the good thing is, at least before the end of yesterday, the president, listening to the outcry of the guardians and parents of these miners, have also directed that these ones be released and they should be given some sort of welfare. Yeah, and Falaner, one of the respectable lawyers in the country, Hassan, by the way, has also said, hey, go beyond compensation you might go beyond, welfareism. There should be some compensation in that regard. Well, then, it is trending, is what's going on. But then yet another stronghold would be the fact that, Okoa has been, held by the EFCC and over 1.3 trillion naira. 1.3 trillion naira. Well, alleged, though. I should put that out. Alleged 1.3 trillion naira. Diversion of funds. Okay, so let's just go with the voice note already and bring you up to speed with them. I see this one coming from... okay, I think this one should be the earliest. Let's go with it.
Master Yudi.
Yes,
good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my brother.
My name is Suleiman Anfulani, aka the original Fulani man photocopy from National Assembly Quarters. Please, Mr. Yudi, before I go on, I want to greet all our callers in this platform, more especially people like Master Salasi, Elder Onoja, and our state elder man, Alaji Usman Daura. I greet all of you. Gaskiya Yudi, I'm very, very happy this morning to hear that our president gave immediate order to release those minor children. Truly, we are so happy. And wallahi, we say kudos to him. I hope we still to come together. You can see how Nigerians, we came together, join our hand, join our heart, join our voices for these children. Calling of Master President, please, they should do whatever they will do possibly with money to make sure they release these children. We said in different platforms, we call on our president to release these children. And wallahi, he has listened to us, he hear what we are saying, and he released them. And we want to come back together to call of Master President. Please, Nigeria are still pushing of hardship. Wallahi, he should do the needful. Please, please, please. We should forget about our religious issues, our tribalism issues. Let's come together to join our hands always to call of Master President. And he said that they should investigate this matter. I think the first person to arrest was like those lawyer who lie on top of this. They said that they are added, they are married, this and that. So I hope they will do the needful to make sure they arrest this lawyer. Thank you so much, Mr. Yudi.
All right, thank you so much, Dan Fulani, for that one. Let's go take this one.
Good morning, Udwak Daniel.
Good morning to you.
How's everything? My name is Steve. I'm voicing my opinion from Life Camp.
Awesome.
I just want to react on the news on Okowa being detained or being invited by the EFCC. I felt it's a little bit an indictment, and okay, it's a step in the right direction. But what's about Yabelo that has been been indicted by the court, indicted by the EFCC? Over the time, over going to how many months now? Doesn't mean that some people are above the law in this country or something? I don't get it. What is good for Kenya is so good for Uganda. I mean, it should be treated fairly. I mean, equally. Equity is the key. So I'm not happy about that development. They should watch it. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. He's not happy about the development right there. And one question he asks, what's going on with Yahya Bello? I wish I had the time. I would have just scribbled that in, but let's go take more voice now.
Good morning, Udo Daniel, the man with the golden voice.
Good morning to you too.
My name is Salasi, sending this voice note from Turkey. I want to start by commending our security men for dealing with these criminals. They should do more. And I still want to talk about what Femi Falana said. Yesterday I hear some people calling justify all these things. As I said, if Boko Haram will be repented and be bringing back to society, yes, I don't support violent protests. But what Boko Haram did is not up to what these young minors did. They didn't kill anybody. Yes, we know that they destroy property, which I condemn. But Boko Haram that will go to community, they will kill the whole community. And at the end, they will bring them back to society. Some people are saying, I am surprised of Nigeria. And so what? I know that the northern people have failed themselves in the aspect of educating these children. Then I want to still talk about what Sultan of Sokoto say. Stop castigating about your leaders. Criticize your leaders constructively. That is what we are saying. Well, no one is castigating them. When they were in opposition, were they not castigating? Were they not criticizing? So this is democracy. He should just stop saying that.
All right, this is democracy, he says. So don't stop saying that. All right, Selassie is putting it out there. But let's go see this one from Triple D.
Hello, Mr. Yudi, the man with the golden voice. I celebrate you. Good morning.
Celebrate you too.
My name is Triple D from Waru. Well, on the issue of Dangote, Nigerians are saying to import fuel is cheaper than buying from Dangote. It's a journey, Meanwhile, on the issue of Onoge case, you can imagine how a first-class chief judge case can be handled in this manner. What do we expect? Nigeria will get it right. Good morning, Eagles FM.
All right, what do we expect? We'll get it right.
Good morning, Yudi. This is Alamin from Appeal Legislative Quarters. I greet you. Under the government, if the president ordering the release, the unconditional release and discontinuation of the trials of the young adults within the age bracket of 15, 16, and 17 years old. Yudi, I think the hypocrisy of my northern brothers and sisters is staring at us in the face, and I feel so sad. Suddenly, we care about the children that are constituting menace in our society. But we never for once show any concern for the over 15 million Almajiris, among most of them, among which are these children, that is being charged by the government. Suddenly, we turn a blind eye to when we see the same age bracket brandishing weapon and displaying ransom payment on TikTok. The bandits who are also the same age bracket with these young adults. Again, let us continue playing politics, with the future of northern Nigeria. Let's see how it leads us. Thank you so much.
Right, Alamin right there says there's a politics play at play now. Okay, let's go to see this one.
My name is Edward. My name is Honorable Edward.
Good morning to you, Honorable.
Former Delta State Governor, Mr. His Excellency Okwad, arrested for 1.3 trillion.
That's right.
And then another one, 400 billion. What a country. That money can what are we doing in Nigeria for God? So what are we going to do with that type of money? That much will remain there and give account of this very well, so that others will stop doing this. That money is too much for one human being. What are you going to do with that type of money after owning a house, Abuja everywhere, houses everywhere? And this, they should not stop it. They should go ahead and arrest other ones who have involved in this type of crime, so that this will stop. About Dangote refineries, I told you before that it's a personal business, so he can say at any amount. Now it's selling more than the imported fuel. That is Nigeria. But what's happening to our refineries? Why are we depending on an individual in this country? Is Dangote more than Nigeria? I don't know where we're heading to. Talking about this, those that were released yesterday, to me, the investigation of the comment, about to comment, you hear the result of mass arrest. Just wait and see. Thank you, God bless.
All right, we will get the result of mass arrest, but let's just understand that this is alleged. It's not, there's no verdict on this matter, okay? So you might want to call it the genesis of it all, the beginning, right? And all. But yeah, anyways, it is some talk right there. Oops, time. It's not my friend. But yes, come 9 o'clock, we would have that conversation. And yes, we'll be having it with a barrister, right? Wholeheartedly, we will talk about this. And you also give us your thoughts on the matter. The idea is not to castigate, just as the sultans have said, but it's to critique, not even to criticize, but to critique, our leaders and saying, hey, you're not doing this rightly, but this is how you could have done it. I mean, I'm tired of hearing the problems. Only problems. Nobody's talking solution. Nobody's talking a way out. We just outline the problems and we sit back. No, that's not politics. That's not how to drive a country. That's not how Nigeria is going to grow. So yeah, I already gave you tips as to what's going to happen at 9 a.m. But a sports minister on radio will be here in a short bit just to take you on sports on Eagles Wings right here and on this platform. And to also let you in on the fact that, hey, you don't have to walk away. Don't move a muscle.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.